Welcome to this part of the story of Dr. Ann Waswa. Wow, your story is unbelievable. Almost emotional, to say the least. But it's a success story. It's a success story. You've come all the way, just, moving up the ladder academically, bit by bit until now.
Yes.
So eventually you did graduate from Kenyatta University.
Yes. Yes, so remember, I told you initially that while I was at Kenyatta University, I used to tutor rich kids in different parts of Kenya.
I'm sure I want to just imagine, even before you say that, I imagine you going to those houses. I mean, it was like, you wouldn't even believe people owned what you were seeing.
I wouldn't even, the first time I wouldn't be let in because I needed an ID and they needed to call the house I was going to for them to confirm that I was coming before I would be let in. And I was like,
wow.
We don't even have a gate home. We just walk in.
We just walk in and any Tom, Dick and Harry just walks in.
Yes. So one of the family that I was tutoring their child, the mother of the girl I was tutoring, she was in high school and I was tutoring her math and physics. I think she just really liked me. And when I was almost graduating, she asked me what plans I had after graduation from undergrad. And then I told her I'll be looking for a job within Nairobi. And so she works with the Retirement Benefits Authority of Kenya. And because of my math background, through her networks and connections, I was able to get an internship. With the pension administration company and insurance and property management in Westlands. It's called Octagon Africa. So because they work most of the time with actual scientist people, so my math background
would really be
blended
useful,
well with them. So she not only connected me to this company to do an internship, she took me in. So I was staying with her.
Oh my goodness!
In her house in Kileleshwa.
That was life changing.
Yes, because I've come from like almost slums. Now I'm in Kileleshwa, where
I don't want to imagine you looking at the mirror and wondering, is it really you?
Like, is it really me who stays here? Because I just came here as a stranger to tutor your daughter, and then we've developed.
I'm sure you must have been obviously a very good teacher and person. I mean,
actually,
people don't just let you in such homes.
Yeah, initially the first time I went to tutor, I think because I looked like a high school kid.
Yeah.
She called the tuition institution that I had sent me there, and she was like, "Why did you send me a kid to tutor my daughter?"
Oh my God, there was rejection first.
Yes, there was rejection first. So this manager of the center calls me and is like, "Hey, Anne, don't go back to tutor tomorrow," because I was going to go for several days.
So you had gotten this through an agency?
Yes, and it is also very funny how I got this job again. I was in the library at Kenyatta University studying. And then this guy comes and sits on the opposite side of the table. And then we smile and then we start talking.
Typical of, a campus life.
Yes. So we started talking, we became friends. And then I told him I was looking for opportunities to be able to raise money to take care of myself. And then he tells me about this tuition institution and introduces me to that manager. So when I met the manager and then I told him about my majors and what I was doing, is when now he connected me to these clients that needed tuition services for their children over the weekend. So that's how I ended up in one of the houses, the one I'm talking about in Kileleshwa. Now that lady's like my mom nowadays. I have so many moms. We still have a relationship.
What's her name?
She's called Christina Chieng. So wherever you are,
Christina,
thank you so much.
We are watching. Obviously, you see this video. We want to be able to thank you. Look at her now. We were talking to Dr. Ann Waswa, and we had to come all the way to interview her to listen to that story.
Yes,
incredible.
Thank you. So she took me in. After I got this internship, because the internship was in Westlands, Nairobi, and she was living in Kileleshwa. So it was actually a walking distance. If I could wake up early enough,
could get there.
I could just walk to my internship. It happened that professor that we met in Sweden from KU, who told us if we work hard.
Don't tell me she was living nearby.
She was living near, actually.
Wow.
He just read my mind.
Wow.
She was living in Kileleshwa as well. I did not know. So one time, I was walking to work.
You met her?
And then I met her. She was jogging in the morning. I'm like, oh, hi. what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, I do internship. I stay somewhere here.
God used to take you places where you are supposed to be.
So many divine connections in my life, which I'm grateful for. So the first time I met her, she was jogging. I was walking to work. It was, hi, how are you doing? What are you doing currently? I told her. And then another time, I was going to work again. And you know, before you graduate in Kenya, they will release the list of graduation and then how you performed. The highest you can get is a first class honors. And then there's a second class upper and lower division. And then there's a pass. So they had just released our list for graduation. And then, of course, your names and all that. So right when they had released it, I knew how I had performed and how my friend that I was with in Sweden had performed. When I was going to work, I met her again.
Oh, wow.
On the road.
Wow.
When I was going for my internship, I met her on the road. And then I was like, oh, because I remembered, she said, if you perform well, I'm going to connect you with my networks in the US.
You had performed well already.
PhD. Yeah, so I got a first class honors.
Oh my goodness. This is why we do this, folks. This is the story of Dr. Art Waswa. I have to interject here. She got a first class honors. Last week, we were at the University of Louisiana, Louisiana State University. We met Hilda Ombui. Your story seems to be similar. Hilda Ombui as well got a first class in maths and chemistry.
Oh, really?
At the University of Nairobi, though.
Oh, interesting.
But it's beginning to connect because even her stars aligned or divine connections, the way you put it.
Yes, yeah. So
you met her?
Yeah, I just met her when the list had been released.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, hey, the list just came out. This is how I performed. I got a first class honors. My friend, I also told her about how my friend performed. And then she says, oh, I'm going to send an email today to the Dean College of Education at Syracuse University.
In the US?
Yes.
Same day?
Yeah, to introduce you to her and then see if you can get an opportunity to go do your master's in mathematics education in the US.
Oh, wow. Wow.
She sent, there's so many divine connections. She sent an email and she was like, hey, I just sent this email to her. So just wait. If she gets back to you, you'll proceed from there.
She told you in Sweden that if you do well, I will connect you to schools in the US.
Yes.
Here you are, you finish. For some reason, you meet in the streets.
Yes. Well, after I'm taken in, but this was just a stranger, but is now family to me.
Yeah.
Who took me in as her daughter. Today, I don't even understand, because this is just a total stranger that you've never met. But then this person takes you in, she feeds you. She doesn't ask you even for rent. I was fully taken care of by her. Yeah.
And this is the one who had called you a schoolgirl.
Yes, the same person who had called me. Oh, I didn't finish that story.
Yeah.
So what happened after that tuition manager called me to tell me not to go, just in the evening he calls again. And then he's like, oh, the lady said you're okay, you should go back. So I ended up going back to tutor the daughter, and then she called me the next holiday, and then the following holiday. So until when she took me in after my studies, and so I was tutoring her while I was just staying with them.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
So the email was sent? The
email was sent to the college,
Syracuse.
to Syracuse University.
New York.
Yes. So the Dean College of Education, Dr. Joanna Masingila, got back to us. And then she asked.
Joanna was Kenyan?
No, she is. She's from the US, but she had roots in Kenya as well. I'll not speak about her personal details.
Sure, no problem. Yeah.
So, she responded, Dr. Joanna Masingila, and told us to send her our transcripts and then go do TOEFL. So that is the English exam. That you need. Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, TOEFL needs was it 25,000?
And that's a lot of money.
That was a lot of money then, because I was just doing an internship.
Yeah.
And all I was given was transport money.
Yeah.
Back then. But to be honest, I don't remember how I raised that 25,000 to do the exam. I think my family came in and all that. So I was able to do the TOEFL exam. But when your transcripts are so good, you don't even worry because it's full of A's. So
it's full of, if you are not worried.
Very impressed.
I mean, first class honors is no mean feat in Africa. It's not easy to score a clean 4.0. I mean, incredible.
Yeah.
especially in maths and chemistry.
And chemistry, yes. So yes, we sent the transcripts, we did TOEFL, and then we applied for the program officially. So that is...
so which year is this now?
2015.
2015.
Because we came to the US in 2016. Yes. So we applied, and then...
When say we, it means you...
Me and my friend that I went to Sweden with.
Michelle,
Michelle.
Wow. So you came with Michelle to Syracuse again?
Yes. And then we parted ways during our PhD programs. When we were going for our PhD programs.
For your PhD programs.
Yeah.
So you went, tell us, so eventually you applied, then you got admission?
Yeah, we applied, we got admission initially, and then we got funding. Because I was like...
You got funding?
Because where was my parent going to get $5 million per year for a program in the US?
Obviously.
Because you have to pay the school fees and you have to pay your upkeep money.
Yeah.
So we
Not to mention the air tickets and stuff.
I have a story for the air ticket. I'm going to get there.
Wow.
So we got the admission initially, and then we were like, yeah, we're really praying that we get the funding. Because without the funding, I'm going to lose this opportunity. I didn't have sources of money to raise such amounts of money to come to the US. Lucky for us, God made a way, we got the funding.
Wow.
So admission, now it became an admission with funding. Now we need to get visa, we need to get tickets and all that. Lucky for me, I had a passport that I had used from Sweden. From Sweden.
Yeah.
And so like you needed to pay, I think, around 40,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, but by then, God worked through my brother. He's called Timothy, the one I come after. He's the one who supported my visa processing and service fees and all that. He's the one who supported me back then. So I was able to get the visa. And then it came to now the plane ticket. I think we needed around 214,000 because of the time we were booking and all that for a 1 week.
Over $2,000. Between
me and poverty, we had 15,000 Kenyan shillings.
It's not even 5. It's about 5%.
It's very we need 214,000. I have 15,000 Kenyan shillings. So what happened is Michelle, my friend that I was coming with to the US. I borrowed money from her, but it was still not enough. So I just had to open up to this dean, Dr. Joanna Masingila, and tell her, this is the situation I'm in.
You laid bare your problems.
If I cannot make it, if I cannot get resources to fund my ticket, I'm going to lose this opportunity. Guess what happened?
They paid it.
Dr. Joanna topped up the remaining amount of money, and then I repaid her later.
Wow. So you were to repay her?
Yes, yeah. Because this was her own money out of pocket.
really
yes, was still very humane. So I borrowed some money from Michelle and from Dr. Masingila. Actually, Dr. Masingila is the one who ended up booking these tickets for us because I had no clue how to do these things.
Wow. You had never done it.
So that is how we started our journey now to come to the US in August of 2015. On the 12th.
2016.
Is the exact day, 2016.
Dr. Ann Waswa is now in the US. We are tracing her story. Oh my goodness. This is not only just interesting, it's very inspiring.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. My name is Daktari. Subscribe to this channel if you want us to listen. If you want to listen more to such stories and be inspired. When you do the right thing, the doors open. I couldn't believe somebody can pay for your air ticket.
That doesn't